Alrighty then, hello everyone and welcome to this video. It is late and I'm in a lot of pain. So, it's just getting worse. And yeah, since I got everything open anyway, I might as well show you. Yes, I know it's a mess. Yes, I know the cable management is horrible. Just ignore it, please. I know it looks horrible. I'll do better when I don't have to take the whole desk apart when I'm doing the walls here. That's my reason why I haven't done the cable management. Because I will have to take apart this entire thing if I want to move it, if I'm going to do the walls. So yes, that's my reason why the cable management is horrible. Just ignore it. So I'm restoring my Windows from a hard drive. As you can see, there's only one flashing right now. And same there. So now you can actually see the whole layout. And yes, we also have lights. Whee! Shiny. So yeah. Anyway. We just leave it off for now. Fan controller, this is the water flow meter, and as you can see, that's also my reset button and my hard drive LED, because it's, like I said, restoring my stuff from the hard drive to the SSD. And this is the computer. So let me actually. Yes, I know it's a cable mess, yada yada yada, BS. I can't get rid of these cables, okay? These are all necessary. And I cannot hide them. Like literally, power cables, they have to be connected. This is something I cannot move because I need these when I'm hooking up some additional drives. And the other ones are all hooked up. And I don't have extensions. So you can see there, that one is hooked up right there for the power pump. Those are all like wires that are usually in the back of the machine. Like that's literally what's coming out. So you can see that's all coming out. And there's quite a bunch. That's all coming out. So there's nothing I can do about that. As far as these go, well, those are hooked up, that's hooked up. So you always have cables like this. And as far as the rest goes, yeah, I have some additional crap here. Okay, so, and these cables are big, okay? These are actually my power cables for my graphics card. There's nothing I can do about it. This ribbon is literally hooked up to my motherboard. And it's an extension in order to drive that card. There's an M.2 converter to a PCI Express slot. And then we have all the SATA cables that go under the plank. So yeah, I cannot manage these cables any better than this. Unless I'm gonna spend about 500 to 800 euros for extensions with sleeves and crap, it's not worth it. And the same there, they're already extensions. Okay, and everything that you see is hooked up. It's not like, oh, it's just lying around. You know, even that 6-pin over there, that's hooked up. So, and I try my best. Even those fans are hooked up. You know, those cables have to come and go somewhere. Not much I can do about that. And there's another fan down there. So yeah, this is my desk. And I'm missing 2 cards because I have them laying here because I'm restoring my Windows. So yeah, this is just one of them. And here's the other one that usually go in there. So these are SSDs and these are SSDs. And then we have the graphics card, capture card, sound card, and 2 of those. Plus the controller for my DVD players and my hard drives. Now, like I said before, I they are currently turned off, but yeah, those are my hard drives. Like you can see, this is a 4 terabyte one, and that's all built in. Actually, let me zoom out a little bit more. There we go. That's another 4 terabyte, and this is all in the table itself. And then we have another drive here, which is an 8 terabyte. That one is active, so I can't really move that one, but this one isn't. And that's another 8 terabyte right there. So yeah, and they're pretty chunky, as you can see. They're like not much space to leave out. Chunky boy. And then we have these, of course. And believe it or not, I'm actually still using them. And it all works. And then I have another one here. That's my Blu-ray. If you want to watch the Blu-ray. You know, like I have plenty of stuff that I use it for. Then my shovel panel. And yeah, back to this side we have the UPS. So if the power goes out, this thing will kick in. I will continue running my computer. And yes, my desk is a mess. Is because I am busy with it. Normally it should be cleaned up, but yeah, it's a mess because I also refilled my water reservoir. And you have a little quick connect here where I can literally refill my water for my water cooling. So here we have that connection there, and then I just need to open the lid there and then just fill it from there with a special connector that I hook it up and then scroll down. Yeah, I'm not gonna lift this thing up, but I can lift this up, but my desk is a little bit covered. So but yeah, it's a custom build design desk. Come on, light, there we go. So we have some ventilation holes for the radiators, and some more RGB. Like I said, it's all custom build, and same with the control panel. It's all custom build, and the wires go from there, go through here. 3 power supplies, and for all of that. So you can probably see some fans back there as well. And it's hard to see, but ooh, what's on my finger? There's actually a couple of radiators behind this one right here. But yeah, these the majority of these wires are going completely through this entire area. And like I said, there are 2 power supplies here because one wasn't enough for this thing. And then I have a 3rd power supply here, and that's only for cooling. So I can even like turn this one off. All the fans go out, but the computer still runs because it's a different power supply. So you can see 2 power supplies for the computer and 1 purely for the thingy. And the benefit of this is because I have 2 pumps. I got one in there and another pump back there. So if one of those 2 fail, so if that pump breaks, I have another pump right there. And if the computer is turned off, I can turn this on and I can still remove all the bubbles from my air loop without turning the computer on. So yeah, that's an absolute life-saving thing. Just to like turn the pump on without turning the computer on, because like I said, I got 2 pumps. That will increase the flow significantly. Like, yeah, I can't really like show you when I turn it off because it's gonna slow down. but you can see that it will start rising here because the flow goes up. See, there you go. That's because of the second pump, and it goes really fast. Like there's some real pressure here, and there's going to be no air bubbles here because it's flowing so hard with so much pressure that every tiny little chance of an air bubble is getting like forced out. Well, there's a little bit. It's really hard to see, but you can actually see like really tiny bubbles, but they get flushed out immediately. So it's kind of hard to see, but come on, there we go. So yeah, it goes right back in there. And then we have the graphics card, of course, water blocked. This is a very special card. It runs a lot faster than the normal ones, but that's because it's water blocked. That is by factory overclocked to infinity. That thing basically runs on 2 gigahertz for a graphics card. That thing runs on 2 gigahertz. It's absolutely insane. So yeah, graphics card runs on 2 gigahertz, and that CPU, all cores, and I have 16 cores, 32 threads. All of them are running on 4.2 gigahertz. And then we have the RAM, of course, and this is very expensive RAM. I mean, when I purchased this kit, it cost about 400 to 600 euros back then, and they had to come in a kit, like as a set. So they come per 4, and yeah, I would love to have 64 gig, but I just could not afford that. Even now, it's still expensive. And the reason why it's expensive is because of the timers. So it's 3200 megahertz DDR3. Yes, DDR3. Keep in mind this thing is about 5 years old, maybe older. So we have DDR3 at 3200 megahertz. And timers are 14, 14, 14, 4, 34. So 3 times 14 and then 34 timer, which is really fast. And that's why these things are so bloody expensive, and they're RGB as well. I actually want to extend that once I get a server upgrade. But yeah, eventually this whole setup, except with the graphics card, capture card, and sound card, everything else is going to be turned into a server eventually. If I ever buy a new system, if I can afford that, I will. Everything that you see here will go downstairs to the server, which is another computer entirely. And on top of that, I have another server or another system lying here, not doing anything. So this is basically the exact same thing as what I have downstairs, although this one have different type of memory. But it's basically the exact same system. It still works. It still turns on. It's the same motherboard. Different CPU though. Like this is a i7. And the one that runs on my server is an an Axiom processor. It's basically the exact same thing as a i7. The only difference is the i7 has an onboard graphics card and the other one doesn't. This one is overclockable and the server is not. Other than that, they are basically identical. Same cores, basically same speed. Um, so yeah, there's really no difference in between the two. But this is just a backup system that I can use. So, and like I said, this still works. Like I can just turn it on and it will run. But I haven't used it in a while. And then, before we go, yay! I made that myself. So anyway, let's go downstairs. Oh, my muscle still hurts. So, as far as the server goes, that's that thing here. Now, I can't really show you too much. Is this on? No, it's not. Okay, so this is the server. It's completely filled up with what you call it, with hard drives. And then here we have a professional LAN switch. There you go. That's a professional LAN switch. It's an old one, but it still works. It makes a lot of noise though. And then we have the UPS, and that's the back of it. I can't show you the inside because I have to pull it out. But yeah, that's basically running the majority of stuff. So, and yeah, I was busy earlier today. So yeah, that concludes the hardware. Other than that, I don't really have anything else to show, except that I'm in pain. Anyway, I'm gonna be bored for a while, and I did back up my projects. So even if I literally had to wipe the hard drive, like completely gone. So yeah, Windows 11, I really didn't like it. When I rolled, like literally, I upgraded, problems were still there. I rolled it back, tried to fix it, follow all the instructions that they provided. I even tried to like overwrite as I do an upgrade on Windows 10 when it's Windows 10. Problem was still there, and it's like, oh no, it was so deep in there that I just had to wipe the whole thing. So I'm restoring it before shit happened. Hopefully the error is gone. If the error is not gone, I will either have to accept it, or I'll literally have to wipe the whole thing again and then start completely from scratch. But if I do that, I will lose a lot of programs, I will lose a lot of paid services, because they only activate once per machine, and if you wipe it, well, too bad. You have to buy a new key, and I am not in the mood for that shit. So yeah, I just roll it back, and it's either I accept it or I just wipe the whole thing. And I'm not accepting it, so and besides, the thing that I really needed is not really needed, as that makes sense. You know, like, why would I play Xbox games on my computer if I have an Xbox downstairs? You know, why would I break my neck, wipe all the data, if that's the only problem that I have? You know, it's like when I reinstall my computer from scratch, I usually delete a couple of crap that I will probably never use. And now that I actually need it, for some miracle, it doesn't want to install anymore. And it's like, okay, let's try to download it and install it. And it refuses to install. Can you believe that? Like, I found the download thing and I download it. But when I try to install it, it says, no, can't do that, not enough space. Excuse me? What do you mean, not enough space? There is plenty of space. And every time I do a scan and integrity and DOS prompt and admin, whatever, yeah, BS, it said everything was fine. So why don't you install that program then? No, it only wants to do that when you completely wipe everything. You know, it's like even resetting the computer does not help unless you wipe the data. Like remove all apps and programs, but keep personal files. When I did that, it did fix the problem. The only problem is it removed all my programs and apps. What I paid for, and I'm not willing to reinstall all of that crap. So, and besides, if that's indeed the case, well, since I already backed up my data, I might as well just wipe the whole drive. So, yeah, anyway, yeah, that's basically the situation. And I'm gonna do some cleanup when I'm waiting for this crap to finish. Like, Windows 7 was so much easier. You know, it wasn't cluttered with all of this junk. And Windows 11 is even worse. Like, literally 10 minutes in Windows 11 and I rolled back. It was that bad, okay? So, now, personally, if I was still able to run Windows 7, I would run Windows 7, hands down. No hesitation. Just throw it away and reinstall Windows 7 and leave it at that. But since some programs or apps or whatever the crap doesn't work anymore, like since it's end of life, you're now forced to do that. And the thing is, if I get a new computer, I will be forced to use Windows 11 or 12 because it will no longer support anything lower than that. But then again, it is a lot quicker, so it should be fine. But just in general, I just hate the fact that people are being forced to upgrade. Like constantly, I was constantly getting notifications like, upgrade to Windows 11, upgrade to Windows 11. I don't want to. Upgrade to Windows. Oh, no, we're gonna upgrade to Windows 11. You know, like the amount of times I had to roll back because it installed Windows 11. It's so frustrating. At some point, and I think that's one of the reasons why I had trouble with the program, is that I did something to stop it from doing it. That fixed the issue, but it broke something else. So, man, it's absolute crap. Anyway, the same with Edge. Okay, you uninstall Edge. Like, no, first before you uninstall Edge, you do an update. You refresh it a couple of times. Like, yeah, no updates, no updates, no updates, no updates. Then you uninstall Edge. Boom, now you got 2 updates. And as soon as you install those updates, boom, Edge is back. It's like, fuck off! Anyway, yeah, that's enough of me complaining. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later, hopefully when my computer is up and running again. So, later.